The Best Drive with DJ Sabby. Weekdays 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Why?
It's time for us to get into it. We haven't had the brother in like 2 years.
My nigga.
The last time we had him in the building, it was a listening session for his album Yellow. Debut album. He was so excited and nervous at the same time.
And we preempted the success of that album. And hey, look what happened.
Huh? And you know what's the crazy thing, Ego? You came through on a Thursday. The album was dropping on a Friday, being tomorrow. So it's like a full circle moment. Because we're doing it again on a Thursday. But the difference is that the mixtape is already out.
Hey.
Huh? How are you doing? You walked in and we were like, man, did you bulk up or is it just 2 years of a difference that we haven't seen?
I was saying it must be those international checks.
It's your class.
What up, Savvy? Thank you for having me back, man. I'm in the building. I'm not too far away. I'm here.
You know, I think you've changed so much in 2 years, and we hear the growth through the music because you're not a guy that comes through for interviews a lot. You basically don't do a whole lot of interviews. So what we decided to do is literally pull up the interview when you came through 2 years ago. And I want you to listen to what you said 2 years ago, and we'll figure out whether things have changed, and you let us in whether Shane Eagle has changed with this mindset or not.
The Best Drive.
For someone who's not familiar to your story, let's break that relation to how you understand the struggles of a black person and you being a color.
I'll start off with my pops. You know, I don't know if a lot of people know, but he's like this Irish man, like straight out of Dublin. And he came here about 35 years ago. He's like an old Irish man. So my whole life I've had like this old white Irish dad. Do you know what I mean? So that's that one side. And he came down to South Africa and met my mom, and they were staying in Alex during the time because of my mom's dad. So that's like the side of how I understood everything. Do you know what I mean? So it's I would be with my dad and see his side of the story, and it's just these pale white people, bro. And I'm how am I even related to you guys?
So you also have a daywalker story.
Yeah, in a sense, you know. I just think I'm it's the story makes sense, but the ending is different.
Weekdays 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Why?
I love the smile on your face as you listen to yourself.
It's facts, man.
Huh?
Remember that?
You know what I'm saying? Just to prove I got my cousin all the way from Dublin Island with me even, you know?
Yeah.
He's chilling. I'm showing him South Africa, you know?
Yeah.
Showing him Chicken Licken, showing him Soweto. I took him to Robbie Ridge, you know, because we were in Dublin. And I needed some of my stuff that if I'm in Dublin, I need to get my jewels right. I need to get my clothes. So certain plugs, you know. And obviously, my bud. So my bro's yo, I'll take you to the hood.
Yeah.
In Dublin, right? So I'm all right, let's check the hood out, what the hood looks like in Dublin. I get to the hood and it looks like Centurion.
For real?
I'm man, you guys haven't seen me classy. I was so I'm showing you, let me show you where it's really at, you know.
Yeah.
Let me take you to show you what we born into and what we here to change, you know.
Yeah. And the relationship, you spoke about your dad a lot the last time you were here. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think you did tweet about it. Yeah. You lost your dad within the 2 years that we haven't spoken to you.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, nah, man. It's part of the journey, you know? And I think, luckily for me, my understanding of why it happened, you know what I'm saying, kind of got me through the whole thing. You know, I always knew, because he was a lot older than most parents along my age group, you feel what I'm saying? So I was prepped for it, and now it's it's I'm a son of an angel now, you know? It's all these doors are opening now because I know he's busy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And with that being said as well, I mean, when something like that happens, it's quite a drastic change, whether or not you understood the change was coming or not.
Sure.
Has that sort of impacted the way you've tackled music and the way that you've tackled life going forward?
Definitely, definitely. I think this whole Dark Moon Flower project is a whole resemblance of the whole thing, you know. It's all there. It changes you everything. It changes your perspective on life. It changes so much, you know. But I'm just blessed enough that I could bury him and he didn't have to bury me. You feel what I'm saying? Because kids are supposed to one day, take care of their parents and bury them. Parents are never supposed to bury their kids. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just how life goes. I'm still blessed. I'm still here, still knocking.
Yeah. Look, man, now let's talk about your moms, because I'm one of those people. I'm like, I lost my moms last year when I heard this song. A part of me was jealous. I'm like, I wish I could say I flew my mama to Paris. You know, it kind of like it was a moment. I'm like, dang, is that a true story? Is that what happened? You flew your mama to Paris?
You know how I like to move with music is like always speaking things into existence. You know what I'm saying? Even before it happens or sometimes after it happens. But like that line, I flew my mama to Paris, she used to stay on the street, was just like one of those moments where it's like, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, when I got the idea of what I want to do first, because sometimes like raps just start off as like a dope bar or something, and then when you realize like there's something key there, because sometimes it just sounds cool, but when you realize like there's key there, and like it gives you space to be able to do that. Because my mom's hit me up now, everybody be hitting up like so how's Paris, you know? she's like how's Paris? She's like, sorry, I only speak French now. I'm like, get him, Mom.
Yeah, putting that into reality, do you, in hindsight, sort of look back and say, damn, there's just so many things that have come together in the best possible way that I could have never thought about it? I mean, when you look at your music, when you look at how the album came about and how the album's actually doing, even now, I mean, we never even thought this is something that would be relevant. You know how we are with music, we're quite fickle. So do you sort of sit back and go, goddamn?
There's moments, you know, there's those like key moments. I think one of those moments were a few months ago when I was blessed enough to go to Europe on tour with Boss and with Dreamville, you know. It's so crazy because when I was in high school, I had like a PlayStation, you know, all the kids be playing games and all this, you know. So I used to scribble on the PlayStation like the Dreamville logo, you know, or just sketch like little random stuff on certain things. And to see like those sketches come to, you know, to reality is almost like scary. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like the power of your thought can get you. You know what I'm saying? The power of your thought can get you what you want. You just have to know what you want. You know what I mean? I remember there was this day we were in Switzerland and I was with like the team, you know, but it was my off day. I wasn't performing. Boss had a show and that was my day to like chill, and we were in Switzerland, right? And it was kind of snowing, it was vibes, you know what I mean? And then I came out the venue and I saw like the tour bus just parked there, you know, and it was like snowing, it was snow over the tour bus, you know, and I walked out, and that's the moment it hit me where I was like, okay, I'm really, really on tour with Dreamville right now.
Nigga. Like
really on tour, you know, like the real way, not like some, you know, there's a lot of machines, there's a lot of things that help artists get places, you know. For me, who's everything is based on me, on my team, I'm independent, you know, I run that. So it's like to be able to do those things, sure, those moments hit where it's like,
you know what, we're going to talk about that because from day one that we've heard you rap, you said you're not going to sign with anyone unless it's cool. And Dreamville stays putting out your stuff, you collaborating with Buzz. Even the synergy when Buzz came through for the interview right here, he just kept talking about you. You know what I mean? Like you guys got blood, that energy. And we're going to spin, you know, some of the music that you got off your new mixtape. But let's squeeze in some black. We got the one and only Eagle in the building. Summer Award winner, baby. Let that sink in.
3 p.m. to 7 p.m.
I've always been a fan of the relationship you have with Nasty. You know what I mean? It's like you guys got a brotherhood vibe. Like, are there more songs that are just chilling in the hard drive that we don't know about?
Facts.
Get out of here.
Facts.
So why drop this one? Why Paris?
This one's too hard.
Yeah.
It's too hot. And the video is coming.
Oh,
this one's gonna knock them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it came out nice with the project. Everyone has the project. I'm just glad that everyone's like getting into the record, you know. But the video is coming. Me and Nasty, you know, I only want to work with people who are pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Are you introducing us to the rest of the world, or you just, you know? I want to work with people who are applying pressure. You know, Nasty's applying pressure, so it's only fit that like we come together and create what soon going to be like the biggest record.
Yeah.
When we're done.
Shane, you're doing all of this independent.
Yeah.
And We can, people who are signed can only just wish to even scrape the surface of what you're doing right now. Indie, right? Because that's just insane. I mean, when we look at what you did in Times Square, when we look at where you're going now, your work ethic is impeccable.
Yeah.
Do you genuinely sometimes feel like you want to go back to the basics of actually even being signed because it gets too much for you? Or does it get too much for you to a point where you're like, maybe if I had?
The one thing we need to remember is that being indie isn't for everyone.
That's true.
You know, being independent isn't for all artists. It's advisable. Like I tell artists, you know, like own your stuff, you know, own as much as you can, you know. But then sometimes like some artists just want to be able to rap, just want to be able to focus on the music. And then some artists are not, they don't care about the whole pie, let's say. They saying I'm cool with my slice as long as I get what I want to do. I'm the type of guy that's like, yo, I came here for the whole pie. Like I'm trying to bake the pie. I'm trying to eat the whole pie and make sure that's what me and my team. I don't want people in the. That's what I'm saying. It's not for everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
it's key.
When you won the album, right? When you won Best Hip Hop Album at the Summers, it was a time where people had said no indie artist will ever win that.
Yeah, that was a big one. Yeah.
It was a big one, and also your album was very authentic. It was very pure. You were just telling your story. We're talking about that. Usually, like an intro will be the first, first audio you hear of any joint. But Yellow was the first one, and then you got into the intro. But what did winning that summer do for you? Because you've never really spoken about winning the summer.
You know, winning the summer for me just it made me understand that what I'm doing is working for me. You know what I mean? Like we didn't really do it for the accolades. We already knew we had something special. We didn't really need like an organization to be like, okay, you have the best album. You know, like if you know, you know. So when that happened, we're like, okay, they peeping. They seeing it the way we seeing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes I say to people, I say to my best friend Shooter, I say to him all the time, I say, the way you come across, or the way you think you come across as an individual, don't think that you don't come across that way. Like you do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People see it. Even though they there's a thing where they act like they don't see it, but they see it, you know. So to see like organizations be like, all right, here's the stamp. I'm like, all right, that's fine. You know?
We've had a chat about the stamp of the Summers before, but I don't think we had this chat. Oh, no, we didn't, because we haven't seen you in a while.
I've been in Paris.
With those chicks from HBO and stuff. He asked a very interesting question, which I think you may have slightly swayed away from, when he says, has it done anything for you? And when I now ask that, I ask from the bottom line. Does it do anything for you, apart from this institution saying shop?
Nah, it definitely does.
Really?
The bookings change. Yeah.
Okay.
Bookings change. Yeah.
So it is a big deal, actually.
Yeah, the summer's big deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially when it's real rap and it's a real meaningful project.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not rigged. It means something. Because then the kids are like, like it's real.
Yeah.
It's not like scripted. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. You know, Shane, you've been doing this, it's like 3-4 years now commercially. And one can't take away from your success. But right now, what's happening in the country, you know, people that listen to hip-hop are not saying that hip-hop is going through a moment where there's no hit music. Hip-hop is not popping because now we're going through the Yano season. As someone who is in the genre and you up there in the hip-hop industry, what are your thoughts on what you're hearing right now coming from this country?
What are my thoughts on what I'm hearing?
With the music, hip-hop specifically.
With hip-hop specifically? I think just like any other thing, sometimes hip-hop or music goes through like a phase. You know what I mean? Like it goes through a phase where artists are creating. You know, I guess like there's gatekeepers to who people consider who hold like hip-hop up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So think about, okay, all the big artists who are supposed to be making hip-hop huge, right? You can't find that some artists are in the process of creating. There's like a whole process of how things have to get to the top again. Do you know what I mean? I don't think like when something is the biggest thing in the country, it stays like that permanently, like 100%, 365 days of the year. It's like if something is super hot, it also needs to cool down. So I feel like this is like the build up again for Africa, but South Africa specifically on a world stage. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at music, like Shaw is doing some crazy stuff. You know, there's so many artists that I can like personally think of who are like pushing the boundary. You just have to be aware of it. You know, it's easy to be like, oh, hip hop is dead, but I feel like some people are just saying that because they're not looking in the right places. You know, where are you looking for hip hop? You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Like, where are you looking for it where you say it's dead?
I just want to ask you this question because I know that the fans are going to ask me this. Are you and Keenan cool?
Yeah, we cool.
You cool?
Yeah,
so
we cool.
Because he's been
Bruh,
tweeting and he's been...
yeah. He just needs to unblock me on Twitter though, so I can actually.
Oh, and you cool?
I can actually see.
Yeah.
That we cool, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so you cool on WhatsApp, but not necessarily on
like
the screen?
we chopped it up, like, you know, he called me and we spoke, you know, we cool.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I get the sense this is where you are now. If the B of what's happening in this industry, of this hip hop industry, you're here to work, and you're not only here to work in SA. You don't want to be a South African artist. You want to be a global artist, right? You're saying, listen, when Smang no names mentioned, is this the B you want to play? I'm here with the people who want to move. I'm here with the moving train.
You understand?
And I'm trying to be world class. You're either on the train or not. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. You said it. That's exactly it. You know, and it gets to a point where only once you push the envelope do other artists be like, oh, okay, you know, this is who he associates himself with. You know, like that, to tap onto that point, like when Yellow came out, people were saying, yo, he's not doing any features, like there's 0 features. Who does he want to work with? On my mixtape, Dark Moonflower, look who I brought to the table. You know, look who are featured. These are the people. These are my friends. These are the people I'm bringing to the table. This is who I want to be associated with. You know what I'm saying? It's more so like I want to associate with my people who are doing something like I can see are pushing like the boundary, you know? And that's what I'm about.
Look, he is not lying when he talks about the features. And this is a mixtape, mind you. Nasty C, Santi, Patrick Lee, The Mind, Bus, The Hicks, and many more. I can go on and on and on. But there's something about this vibe.
Turn it up, turn it up.
You know, when we talk about a synergy and an energy, and when I heard this song, I was like, why are we not spinning?
Remember, couldn't get a 20 from my mom.
3 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Hey.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm sorry, I stop man rapping.
This is that Ballers check. HBO money. Do you still remember the first international paycheck that came through?
The first one, international check that came through.
Was it in pounds? Was it in dollars?
It's in dollars. I think this is the first one.
Yeah?
Yeah, HBO.
And
How
what
crazy
did
was
you
it?
do with it?
Nothing yet. I like saving and investing.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's talk about investing. Like, you know, the conversation around investing.
I'm telling you.
Are you investing in yourself? Are you investing in the music? Are you about property? Are you like WizKid and gold?
So, you know, because, like I'm saying, you know, I run my own label with my man's V. And we have to invest in ourselves. So if I get like a big check, I'm not just going to blow it.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure we got new cameras like these. I'm going to make sure we got better equipment at the studio. I'm going to make sure, you know, the office is cool before you see me on the outside.
Screw.
And we good, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, priorities, guys.
But you've never been about that, Shane. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
From the bottom. Like, I think about some of the videos that you put out. I'm like, where you finding the money? You know what I mean? Because even the production companies you work with on the videos, they charge like over 100 and something thousand rand for a video.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's a whole lot of money, but I guess that's investing in your brand.
You know what I'm saying?
Who's taking you through financial literacy? Because you don't just wake up and know. Unfortunately, this is where also
This
from
is
Rabi
true.
Ridge.
This is true, Dad.
No, facts.
Yes,
I mean,
fact.
we don't get that in a manual or grow up with it or see it.
100%.
How did you get into knowing what to do, how to do it? Financial literacy.
I think just off top, just my pops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was very business orientated. You know what I mean? And I was around him a lot, so I picked up some of the game from business. Like he started his own companies. He was like his own CEO, and that kind of like rubbed off of me. Like, yo, I want to have my own company. I want to have my own stuff. You know, so I think it started there, and then just learning the business. So I learned how to be good at business because I learned how to do things myself. You know what I'm saying? If I had signed to a record company, they would have done everything for me. You understand? They would have said to me, pull up to this show, pull up to this, boom, boom, boom. But when you running like a record label for dummies, when you're starting it, like, you know, you're starting from the ground, like you're reading everything, you're finding out everything. So I learned about business, you know.
You know, when we talk about self-control, it's very hard, especially when you bring hip-hop into it, because hip-hop is all about the booty, it's the drugs, the alcohol, all of that. But that doesn't come across with you, you know. And how have you been able to maintain all of that? Because you even posted a pic of you and your girl, bro, and you're like, I've loved you ever since. I'm like, all those years with one woman, you're still very young in your 20s.
Yeah.
You know, and you're easy on the eye. I'm sure like your
You know
options
what
on
I'm
the DMs are crazy. Like, how do you maintain and not make sure that, you know, you take one, take two, you know, the consistency and being committed? Is it hard for you? Is it easy?
Take some shrooms and you'll figure it out. You feel me? Once you get a little shroomy, you're gonna realize that she's with you forever.
Yeah.
When you find that one, bro, trust me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I see a lot of men, you know, find that one and then they move on to the next just because they got more famous, they got more money, they got the bigger Benz, and then you realize when it's too late, like, she was the one.
Yeah.
You know? You'll know when it's the one.
But man, when we talk hip hop, guys, and we talk about what hip hop was, hip hop, if you're also trying to go for the dollies, we want that one who's ready to come for us. Okay,
that's
the
not
one
true.
who's
That's
available
that-
for us.
that's not
and
true,
that's
though.
how but that's how we sit and say, oh, I love his music because he's so hot. Oh, I can
Right.
hear him. Oh, I can see him at the concerts.
For sure.
Do you feel like
But it's like I'm not the guy who's gonna lie and hide it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, rather, I feel like when girls see you hold your girl down and you know how to take care of your girl, they find you more attractive.
That's true.
That's game as a dude. So
Yeah.
if you with your woman and you holding your girl down, girls look at that like, yo, I want that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
from you?
How lit are your DMs? Do you sometimes look at your DMs like, yo, Vaughn, look at this, bro. What's going on?
Yeah. There's a filter on them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Verified live.
there's a filter on them. It just, you know.
Yeah. That's crazy, man. Look, it's so crazy. There's so many things that we could touch on, but time doesn't allow.
Yeah.
What can you reveal with us for 2020? What can we be on the lookout for? Are you gone? Because we can say you're gone. What's the plan for 2020?
2020. 2020.
Yeah, that's like next week.
Sheesh, that's the real season. That's season. You know what I'm saying? This is whole Dark Moon season, and you must know, because we take ourselves seriously, we planning for like the next 2 to 3 years. You know, understand what I'm saying? We're not just planning for a year. So what's happening now is just gonna be a wave, and I'll just suggest you sit in and clip your seatbelt in and watch the eagle fly, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Do you still have your foot on their necks? Or now you're letting it go and it's about you?
Foot on their necks, bro.
All the time.
All the time.
I love
You
that.
know what I'm saying? And you do it through the real way.
Yeah.
There's real ways to do it. So shout out to everybody who's holding me down. YFM, you guys know. I'm in
Yeah.
the neighborhood. Yeah.
Are we expecting an album next year? Are we expecting an EP? What's the plan?
For now, let's just eat up that Dark Moon flower.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you know, because I'm saying people always like give reviews too soon about the project. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying take your time with it. Live your life. Go through some things. You know what I'm saying? Like when you go through some things in your own life, then you'll understand what the music does in time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you listen to it, you're like, yo, ego change. Oh, I don't want to hear this. It's not the same Shane. But then once you go through like a similar frequency in emotion as a human being, you'll be like, oh, I get it now. So with the project, take your time. You know, there's 23 beautiful songs. Vibe out. The Paris video is coming soon with me and Nasty. That's going to be huge. More videos. I got the Vanya video coming with Bass and Santi. I got the video coming with Loot from Dreamville. Like, it's going to be sick, man.
Dope.
I can't let you go without asking you this question. Dreamville, what's the deal there?
What's the deal?
Are you signed? Is it family?
No, I'm not signed to Dreamville.
Yeah.
But that's
For now.
That's the family.
Are you guys talking? Because I asked him this question off air. I have to bring it on the air. Are you guys sorting out logistics?
A partnership, a collabo.
Have you done dinner with J. Cole?
I said a partnership and you said yes. Okay.
You heard it here first. But yo.
We won't tell.
You, J. Cole, have you done lunch? Have you done dinner? Because you don't post, Eagle. We don't know.
Hey, man, I got an iPhone. J. Cole got an iPhone.
Yeah? How many stories? It's fine, you know, he doesn't. We try.
Social media handles so we can follow you.
Shane Eagle. You know
Everywhere.
what I'm saying? Everywhere.
Yo, man. J. Cole knows Eagle. Eagle knows J. Cole. It's a different WhatsApp conversation, man, you know? J. Cole follows you, right?
Check it out.